The ocean was black, silent, and crushingly heavy, pressing down from every direction as a Soviet submarine slipped deeper beneath the surface in October 1962. Cut off from the world above on television screens across the United States, President Kennedy addressed the nation with calm resolve. Inside submarine B-59, nothing felt under control. The heat was suffocating, climbing far beyond safe limits, turning the air thick and heavy, draining strength from every man on board. The radio remained silent. They had no contact with Moscow, no updates, no confirmation of peace, no confirmation of war. Days earlier, the submarine had been sent on patrol with limited instructions and an unthinkable weapon on board, a nuclear torpedo. Above them, U.S. Navy destroyers enforced the naval blockade around Cuba, dropping small explosive charges into the water. These were not meant to destroy. They were signals designed to force submarines to surface, but underwater intention disappears. Sound travels without context. Explosions are just explosions to the men inside B-59. The blasts felt violent and unmistakable. To them, it sounded like an attack had begun. Shock waves slammed into the hull, metal groaned, tools rattled loose. The captain began to believe the worst. If the Americans were attacking, nuclear war might already be underway. Inside the submarine was a nuclear torpedo powerful enough to wipe out an American fleet in seconds. Protocol allowed its use under extreme circumstances, and this felt like one of them. Two senior officers agreed. If war had started, they should strike first. The temperature rose even higher. Arguments broke out in cramped passageways. Some sailors collapsed from exhaustion, sliding down metal walls, slick with sweat and condensation. The submarine felt smaller, hotter, more dangerous. Another explosion echoed through the hull. The metal walls seemed to close in. The order was given to prepare the nuclear weapon. Hands moved carefully, almost mechanically. Safety mechanisms were checked. Launching the nuclear torpedo required 3 approvals. 2 had already been given. A third vote was required. One man stood between panic and catastrophe. He was exhausted, drenched in sweat, barely standing, but he refused. He argued there was no confirmed order, no direct proof of war, that the explosions could be warnings, not attacks, that launching a nuclear weapon without certainty would guarantee global destruction. The submarine shook again. Reason fought panic in total darkness, miles below the surface. Seconds passed that felt endless. The torpedo was ready. The pressure was unbearable. Every instinct screamed to act. And yet, the launch never came. The final approval was never given. The button was never pressed. Eventually, the submarine surfaced, blinking into daylight, surrounded by American ships. The world was still there. Nuclear war had not begun. Above the surface, life had continued. People went to work. Children went to school. No announcement was made. No emergency broadcast interrupted daily life. The White House never revealed how close everything had come to ending beneath the waves. For decades, the story remained buried, known only to a handful of men who carried the weight of it in silence. History would later reveal that the fate of millions did not rest in a capital city, a command center, or a war room. It rested deep underwater, in unbearable heat and darkness, where one man chose not to press a button, and the world survived because of it.